This is the party. Come on.
Greetings, tribe, and welcome to this edition of Snackin with Ortega. Tonight, Dill Pickle Pot Roast. A lot of you are probably thinking, what the fuck? Dill Pickle Pot Roast? So a few years ago, the big craze was the Mississippi Pot Roast. Best pot roast you'll ever have. The recipe calls for using pepperoncinis and some of the pickling juice because it sounds fucking delicious. Me being the pickle head, I'm like, man, someone surely done a dill pickle one like this. And I went searching and digging and finding, and I didn't find a whole lot. I found about 5 recipes, and they were all basically identical. So I am following that. I will tell you this, there will be no Goya adobo nor any Goya sazon used in this episode. Real quick, very, very few ingredient dish. This is super easy if you've got yourself a slow cooker or Instapot, any of that shit. 2 pound chuck roast. You can use any kind of roast you want. I don't suggest round roast or anything like that because it'll dry out, and chuck roast has a nice good chunk of fat in it. So I got that gimmick. A 24-ounce jar of kosher dill pickles. I got the smaller party size, so I get more pickle in the dish. So there's not just like 5 big old clumpy pickles laying in there. Packet of Au Jus gravy mix. Packet of ranch dressing mix. Now this was the one item that fucking just always, oh man, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. But I started thinking about it, started doing some flavor things in my head, and I'm like, I get it. I was really averse to this. I almost omitted it. In my head, I'm thinking this powdered dill pickle soup may be a good substitute for the ranch mix in that. But I decided I'm going to go with the ranch mix. First thing we're going to do, got our slow cooker. This is a brand new slow cooker from my good friend Enid, sent it to me as a gift. It is WWE title belt themed, which is kind of cool. 7 quart, it's one of the big boys. So I've already got it warming up so that it's warmed up. Now, here, point of contention amongst a lot of people in cooking, chefs, cooks, assholes in kitchens, as you will. Do you brown it first and get a good sear on it, or not? I prefer it myself. If you don't want to, don't do it. It's not a necessary step. I like to do it. I like to get a little color on the meat. I also think it gives it a little bit deeper flavor. You know, seals in the juices, as it were. So, pan, heat, oil. Pan is hot. Take the meat, drop it in. Gonna do a quick sear on that. While that's happening, I'm gonna take my 24-ounce jar of pickles and drain them off. And then I'm gonna reserve a half cup of the juice to add in with the roast. Sizzling makes me want to do the sizzle dance. I'm sizzling in the pan, just like a bacon man. I'm sizzling in the pan, I'm going crazy. You want to make sure to get all sides seared. Surely sear all sides. Pop it. Off the heat for the meat. Back on the plate. Half a cup of your pickle brine. Add the roast. Take your pickles from the jar. Take your Au Jus gravy pack. Sprinkle it on top. The ranch packet. So there you have it, guys. That's basically for the start. That's what we got. We got the roast in, we got the pickles around it, got our seasoning mix in, and now we just leave this sucker on low for about 7-8 hours, and we'll have pot roast. Now, of course, I'm not going to serve this by itself and just have fucking meat and pickles, but I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do is make some honey glazed carrots. I'm going to make some badass mashed potatoes. For now, we just got to let this sucker sit and cook. We'll be back here in about 7 hours. What am I going to do for 7 hours? Oh, I don't have to stand here. We're going to edit it. Yeah, we're going to edit it. Awesome. Yeah. Guess we'll see you back here in a little while. I'm going to go fucking catch a flick. Maybe watch that fucking Tokyo Drift again. Yeah. So it's been about an hour and a half or so since I put that pot roast in. I had to step out, run some errands. When I got back in, damn if this place don't smell good. I'm starting to get excited about this thing, man. Yeah. We're a little over 4 hours on the Dill Pickle Pot Roast. Let's take a look. It's steamy. And the smell that comes out of there is just absolutely insane. You get the briny, but you get the beefy. About another 4 hours, we plating this bad boy up with some mashed potatoes and carrots. So, I've been wondering what it is I'm going to do with these pickles that are in here. I mean, I'm going to probably fucking eat them, but I don't know. I know what they're like after roasted. So I thought I better find out what they're like while they're roasted. Here's a 7-hour pickle. Has lost some of its density, like its snap and crunch, but it's definitely still got body to it. A lot of the vinegar flavor is left, but it's brought in a bunch of the beef. There's some great osmosis going on here between the pickles and the meat, man. Yeah. I'm looking forward to this, man. This is going to be fucking right on. We're at like 8-hour mark. So I'm going to break this up into some smaller chunks. Let it sit and braise a little longer in the sauce. This is going to be so fucking good when it's finished, man. Give you a little preview of that beef. A little bite of pickle and a little sauce all together. You have no fucking idea. This right here, some top-notch shit. All that juice soak into the beef. Get those mashed potatoes going. A little side of the carrots. The gravy on the. Oh. Yeah. 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 It's the pot roast shimmy, man. The dill pickle pot roast has landed. Let's feast. Nice tender chuck roast. Mmm. In your head, you think the dill is going to be way too overpowering, but it's not. It's just enough to let you know that it's there, that it's been there. Just leaves a little something behind on the nightstand, you know what I mean? And you take the gravy, which has actually got more pickle flavor to it. Like I said earlier, it's like the pickly flavor went out of the pickles and absorbed some of the beef, whereas the beef obviously loses its juices for the broth and absorbs some of that pickle. The beauty being, the in-between is that sauce and gravy. They are a wonderful balance of the vinegary brininess, but also the depth of the beef stock. Oh, man. And the pickle thing goes so well against plain mashed potatoes. They're good dancers, man. We got our carrots, which we did in the roaster with the meat brine sauce. Then pulled them out, tossed them in honey, threw them and glazed them. This just got a little bit of everything going on. The sweet from the honey, savory from the beef, the vinegar. Man, this is just, if you like pickles, make yourself a damn dill pickle pot roast. If you don't like pickles, make yourself a damn dill pickle pot roast. Trust me on this. It's different than what you're going to expect. And I think no matter where you stand on pickles, you're going to really like this. The meat's tender. It's super flavorful. I'm ecstatic about this. This is just a dish that I found and kind of basically followed the exact recipes that I found online, the few that I did. But this is something I'm going to work with and experiment with to see if I can't dial it up a little bit. Give it a little more on each side maybe, man. Dill pickle pot roast. I'm going to stop bragging about it. I'm going to keep eating on it. Thanks for stopping by the Hacienda. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Drop a comment. Please help our channel grow. I'm Ortega LaTrobe. This has been Snackin' with Ortega.
I love Ortega's sauce. It makes my taco pop.